Today I'm working with dichroic glass. Sipping the coffee. You always want to make sure your dichroic glass is nice and clean when you're using dichroic glass. So the final product looks pretty, you know what I mean? If you don't clean it off real good, it gets lots of bubbles and dirt in it. It's kind of gross. You can see that magical coating on it. So we'll get 2 pieces ready. Now we're going to mix up a little color to back this stuff on. It's magical stuff, but you got to treat it properly. Where'd he go? I had to get my coffee. Where'd he go? He's way inside the studio, yo. You know I was going to hunt for it, too. Coffee! What's up, y'all? That's about it. Alright, so the next step, I'm gonna have to grab a little bit of this blue here. I don't have any blue in the studio, but I got this tube. Got a tube of blue. So, what are we gonna do? Let's take a tube and turn it into a rod. That's what I'm gonna do. Because, yeah, I can't make anything cool like this. And I already washed this tube real good too. And wiped it down with some Windex. So now I'm going to take off a little piece of it. In fact, I'm going to take off a couple pieces of it. And then I'm going to turn 1 or 2 of them into color. And to do that, I'm going to break them down into pieces first, just to color. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. Happy Sunday. So with this kind of glass, I got to warm it up for a second like this. Sip the coffee while we're So yeah, bring your coffee. What's the hottest part? Right there. Right about 4 inches away from the tip of where the gas is burning. About the hottest part of the flame. Right about there. Thomas. So that's about warmed up. Now we're going to slowly start introducing a little bit of heat into it. Working with the color blue today. And some dichroic glass. We're going to be making some really cool things with dichroic glass today on the show. I don't think we've really highlighted that before. on the show, so we'll be covering some new ground today and some new coffee. Covering some new ground. I'm not gonna be making no pipes today. That sounds fucking boring. I made enough of it. Let's make something cool today. Yeah. Right after the right. The hottest part of the flame is right about there. Right where I got it, pretty much. And this kind of tubing takes a lot more heat to melt down, so there's a lot more elements in it. This colored glass. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. Happy Sunday out there, folks. Slowly paddling that down, constricting the hole to a smaller size, and now I'm going to join this tube to this tube here. Seamlessly. You want to get this real drippy before you stick them together. Just keep it in that flame for a few seconds. Let that really melt together. And pull it out. Just pull down slightly. So you have a nice clean seal. Alright, then we're going to repeat the process again just a little further down the tube. Warming the glass up before we separate it from the main body of this giant chunk here. It looks good. So I'm going to break out just a couple pieces of this before I get started, but this is the process of breaking down some glue. I think today I'll be creating some dichroic marbles and maybe some dichroic pendants today. Got a couple chunks of dichroic glass in the kiln warming up right now. We haven't done that on the show before. Not really. We're going to demonstrate some new glass blowing techniques today. How to work with dichroic glass. Check it. Good way to work with this kind of tubing. Just pull it down like this. Pull off a little handle like that. Stretch it down about this much. Keep it straight by holding it up and down like that. Like gravity, kind of straighten it out. Then I just burn it off right there at the tip of the last one. Alright, so this one's ready to go. Just kind of round that tip off in the flame. And you can see that nice seal between that clear and the blue. And that's what you're after with these. And a nice tip like that. Change up and see the white part of it. Alright, whatever. I'll just agree with you. Yeah. Alright, so I set that one aside. This time I'm going to take off a piece and turn it into color. So that's why I wanted all blue. And I'll take off about that much. So I'm going to take this tube and just turn it all into a solid that I can use for something else. Again, we got to hit it with this yellow flame first for just a couple seconds. You don't want to hit it with this flame. You can't just shove this glass in this kind of fire and it'll blow up. like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then start to heat it up. You just get a sense of it over time, you know. And that should be cool to touch by now, and if it's still hot, you can grab your diamond shoes. Diamond shoes are a real helpful tool I use a lot in my studio. Diamond shoes. Alright, ready? We're going to do that technique one more time. We take the glass, we get up, and we stretch it. And then again, just pour it off. So we're going to do this a few more times, and then we're going to mix up the blue. Just a couple more. I'm going to scrub 1 or 2 more pieces, just in case I want some more. There's no snow on the ground here yet. That's nice. But I got the heater blazing in my studio, and it's sucking the heat right out of my heater right outside. Just this lovely infinity magic. Hot and cool. Alright, heat it up. Alright, again, give it a big heat, stretch it out. Alright, that's enough of that. So we're going to set this aside and start to make some color out of the tube that's in the kiln that I got heating up. So I'm going to use up about that much glass, the one that's hot, to make the color I'm about to pull off right now. Alright. This is what we're going to make the color blue out of. This is solid olive. Alright, so now the object of the game is to take this and mix it up as best as I can and stretch it out. This is how you do it. We're going to mix up some color real quick, and we're just going to make it from scratch using a hollow piece of blue tubing that I got here. And I'm going to use this blue to back the pendant, the dichroic pendant that I'm going to demonstrate here just a little bit. But first we're going to make all the stuff we need to put it together. So we've got to do a little prep work. Now, the less air you get into this as you do it, the better. if I do this right, I might be able to get like 1 or 2 sticks of color out of it. But yeah, when you don't have any color, you gotta use what you got. You know what I mean? I got some blue tubing here, so hey, we'll use that. I'm just working with the scraps I got, baby. Basically, I'm going to take this blue tube and turn it into kind of like a big old blue football shape. Then I'm going to attach a handle to the other side of it, mix it up real good, and then I'm going to stretch it all out all at once. I'm basically just trying to balance it right on the end of that handle right here. No, I don't feel the heat on my hand. I've become a meme. It won't be back in stock, man. They're all one of a kind. That one will never get made again. Might be able to make something that looks kind of like it. That's the beauty of what I'm making here. They're all different. Number 94. I'll have to go back and look. What's it look like? Has it got horns on it? Might have something similar right now. Alright, so check it. Now I'm going to start to kind of push all this into a shape. I'm going to push every bit of this glue into this ball here. I ain't wasting nothing. Alright, so check it out. We're just gonna. So that's that blue tube I pulled off, remember? I'm gonna put that into a big old ball now. It's looking real sexy, isn't it? Oh, look at all that color. Ah. Didn't have to get that color company $1 million either, did I? Aha, gotcha. They're like, damn it, why is it still my $770 anymore? Alright, this is looking fucking lovely. Here we go. I'm going to pull it all back together with a little bit of a spin, and then I'm going to stretch it. Now you can see how much energy it takes to make some color from scratch. Yo, what's up? What's up? We mixed up some color from scratch earlier today. This is how I do it. I started with a blue tube. I'm turning it into a rod. Because we don't got no color, so we're just going to make our own real quick on the fly. Happy Sunday! That's nice. Thanks for stopping by. I'd ring my bell with my hands before. Thanks, folks. Appreciate you stopping by. That's precious. So now I'm just going to spin the hell out of this to get all that air out of it that's left inside. And while I'm doing that, I'm kind of pushing it into the main mass that I'm looking for. And once I got enough heat built in, I'm going to stretch it down. But yeah, this is a great way to mix up a quick little bit of color on the fly. Just grab the tube, melt it down, and stretch it out. Now we're just about there. You want to keep most of the mass between both the rods so you can stretch it out and maintain control. While you stretch it. Alright, here we go, folks. Now I'm going to demonstrate stretching the color down. Ready? This is it, right here. You guys see that? Now I got a solid rod of color that I can use for the next thing I'm doing. I'm going to take off a nice long piece of this and set it in the kiln and get it ready for the project I'm about to work on. I'm going to make some beautiful dichroic pendants today and maybe even a really nice dichroic marble. I haven't worked with that kind of glass in a very long time. So that was my agenda today. Kind of demonstrating some techniques that I've never done on this show before. So if you guys find this kind of thing interesting, maybe showing you something new today might spark over. Where are you, Jeremiah? I'm way over here, bro. There we go. Jeremiah, where'd you go? Alright. So that's about all I need to make the pendant I'm going to work on today. See a little piece of it. I don't need much. That aside, we're good. And actually, I'm going to take a little piece of this off too while we're here. Always making sure I put my connection points on nice and straight like this. You know what I mean? You don't want to crook it. It's hard to work with fast and stuff. And that's about all I need right there. So we'll save those two big old chunks for something else. Maybe make a nice marble out of it or something later. I like to make marbles too. Marbles are fun. Any of you guys out there collect marbles? Raise your hand if you do. Give me a reason to make more. Alright, there we go. So there's another piece of blue color that I mixed from scratch. See what I mean? So for those just joining us today, look, I started with this blue tube here, and I melted it down to make this solid rod. That was what I just demonstrated. And I'll be using this on the next part of the demonstration. So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to work on the piece to see in front of me next. You see it? That's some thick ass rod we got there today. Let's see what we do with it. I definitely think we're going to need some rollers for this one today. Check it out. I tried snapping that over my knee and I didn't want to fucking cut it on my saw, so whatever. Break a piece off like this. Now when you're working with a giant thick rod like this, you kind of want to warm it up slowly like you watched me do with that blue tube earlier. So it will blow up. You got to really build the heat back into it. You can stick it in the kiln for a minute if you want, but I just didn't do it today. Now what I'm going to do before I attach my rod is clean off the end of this glass. If I don't clean that off, you're going to see all those lines in the finished product. What's up, man? Alright, now we're going to start to turn the heat up a little bit. Here we go. You just get a sense of how long you warm it up for a time. You know what I mean? It's something you learn as you go. Practice makes perfect. Good shit right here, goddamn. God damn. Tacos. My favorite thing to make are tacos. I like tacos, bro. They're delicious. It's ridiculous. Technical difficulties. Holy fuck. There we go. God damn. I don't think I've ever tried to stick a handle on a giant fucking rod like this before. That was the first. Here we go. Got it on there though. Moving on, baby. Pushing through. This is going to be the main body of what I turn this marble I'm working on into today. But now that I've done all this effort, I think I should just cut this glass on my saw so that it's whatever. It makes for a good demonstration. That's what it takes to melt that shit. God damn, that's a big fucking piece of glass, isn't it? Holy shit. Excuse my language. Have a careful Jeremiah. There's kids watching. Sorry, kids. Alright, so there we go. We got that piece ready. We got it on a rod, and now we're ready to work on the next step. God damn, look at that. That's a lot of glass. Alright, so we're going to set that in the kiln now. As soon as that tip cools out just a little bit, and I'm going to start working on the dichroic part of the project today. This is where it starts to heat up. You got to be real careful. So here's my dichroic glass. That stuff that has all those sparkles in it. I'm going to make a dichroic pendant today and a big dichroic marble. Alright, that fell off the handle, but we're unbothered. You know what I mean? We'll just wipe it off and keep on with it. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is figure out which side has the dichroic coating on it. And then start to encase that glass with a nice soft, mushy flame like this. Alright, we're working with dichroic glass today. We haven't done this on the show before, so yeah. Grab out your notebooks and learn how to work with dichroic glass. Or just grab a snack and watch. Sit back and relax. Watch this. Alright, so now I know which side the fucking dichroic glass is on. Try not to crack it, but whatever. So there's a line of clear down the center. We're trying to encase this without burning off the dichroic glass. So we're keeping the fire kind of like right above the dichroic. We're not trying to hit the back of that dichroic glass with the fire at all. ask me what. What's up, y'all? Yeah, we're whipping up some Dichro today. It should be lovely. It's like a greenish purple. It's really pretty. I really like this color. I make Christmas on the sweet tree all day. Yeah, I got you. How many you need, baby? I got you. I haven't made a Christmas ornament in fucking years. I've been making Buddha balls instead. I like to make them, have a function, not just sit there on the tree. I'm gonna pop some holes in them and make it so you can put a plant in it. Put a mistletoe in it, put an ivy in there, I don't know, something. So yeah, I'm just basically encasing the Dichro, not trying to burn it out. And then I'm going to go back and go over the edges. Man, it's looking like I did a pretty good job on this. I don't see anything really burned out on it except for the very tip of the corner over here. So it's looking pretty fire. So there you go, look, I got like an arrowhead now. I can just like put this on something and call it there. I made a surfboard. It's on my website. I got like one. Alright. Wow, that's pretty cool. Alright, so now you guys can kind of see. You know what's scary? Waiting too long to wash your car. Here's 50% off the $29 car wash. What are you, crazy? I love these rando texts like that. $30 for a car wash in my hood, man. Can you believe that shit? $30. The fuck? No wonder it's 50% off, right? Alright, there you go. So that's in case you don't see any white on it, that's what it's supposed to look like. Alright, now we're gonna mix it up and twist it up. Now the object here is to do it without fucking it all up, so you don't want to burn the Dichro, then there's no sparkle stuff, so you got to be kind of careful with it. Yeah, it's a surfboard, look. It's a surfboard. Thanks for stopping by today, folks. Happy Sunday. You have a lovely day out there. Appreciate you tuning in to me. Sail to a sailboat. Yeah, it's a sail to a sailboat. That's right. Yeah. I'm going to try to twist it up and get as much of that stuff that sparkles into the center as I can. Hey, what's up, man? We got Dylan in the chat. What's up, Dylan? We're whipping up some Dichro today, man. I'm gonna make like some cool Dichro stuff today. I haven't worked with Dichro in a long time. I got a couple pieces sitting here, so I don't have color, but I got Dichro glass. Let's use that. I love it. Not yet, baby. Not yet. Not a grandpa yet. Tire shop. Oh, that's no bueno. Man, I just spotted like a little bubble inside of one of my tires. I got mine off Facebook Marketplace because I'm thrifty as fuck. I paid $60 for my 4 used tires instead of $1,100 that they quoted me at the fucking tire shop. Bruh. If I can get a month or two out of my $60 tires, I'm good. We were literally rolling until the wheels fall the fuck off over here. I'm thrifty. Oh yeah, thrifty as fuck. Save them dollar bills and buy a taco. Maybe some color. That's not the vibes. Maybe you ran over a nail, bro. Maybe they sold you a tire wrong. They're like, yeah, you're good. Get out of here. You're good. Get out of here, mister. The end product's either going to be a really pretty dichroic galaxy pendant or a big old dichroic marble. Actually, probably going to be both. So then, yeah, so I backed that square up. I coated it with a big chunk of 10mm glass. Now I'm rolling it into a ball, and then I'm going to stretch it out. Those two are synonymous on this show, bro. Fucking around and making something. It's the same thing. Coffee. You see my bell? I made a bell, bitches. It's cool as fuck. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we can make this into something now. Finally get to the point where we can actually make something. Here we go. Here's one of the pink little mushrooms I made yesterday. If you guys were watching yesterday's show. Isn't that cool? Here's another one. 2 little mushrooms I made yesterday. Cool fun. Yeah, you gotta get your hands close if you want to work with fire, baby. Come on now. What's up, Adam? We're gonna make a little tactical appendix real quick. Well, maybe not real quick since I had to prep all this shit to make it, but whatever. I had to prep a whole bunch of stuff to make this thing, so that's okay. I am currently making the famous cigars. but we sticking glass on glass on glass on glass. Yeah, bro. It's a glass show. Something with her name. Jamie. I could do that for you, Jamie. Sorry to hear that, lady. That sucks. Fucking sucks. I was making something for my daughter yesterday. I feel you, bro. It's fucking sad. Now we want to take that little piece off of the main body and start to add a little color to the back here. Oh yeah. We're gonna make this motherfucker sparkle. Set that in the kiln now for the next setup. Happy Sunday, y'all. Oh, this is looking fire. Bob loves sparkles, don't he, folks? Bob's like, give me some sparkles, Jeremiah. Make it sparkle. I want my big colorful glass pendant to sparkle everywhere I go. Gotcha, Bob. He's like, I don't think Bob likes sparkles, Jeremiah. Oh, come on, Bob. Come on. Where's Mento? Where's your dollar? So now we're going to take this glue. We're going to make sure it's clean now. I see a little bit of dust. You don't get any dust on it around here, baby. Dust free. There's a few different ways to back the color on a diacrylic pen. This is the way I'm going to do it on this one. We got Sunday service in session over here. Thanks for stopping by. You should have thrown $1 in the jar. Jeremiah needs a new Cadillac. So I'm building up this blue right behind the main body until it just touches right behind it. Then I'm going to start to kind of work all this blue into the face. lucky. I got a nice pen maker. Picket pipe. Do I take orders to have something made? It depends on what you want me to make. So you'd have to send me a message or tell me right now. What do you want? It's possible. Hold on, I gotta concentrate. Thank you. He's like, I'll give you $1. Thank you. These take a lot of fucking energy to make, obviously. Now look at all the seed I put into this shit. It's crazy. I suppose. Yeah, that would be kind of boring, though. Sharpen your pencils. I do that once in a while. I got a little pencil sharpener in the studio. I sharpen these things. They're like pencils. These are really fucking technical, as you can see. And then you have to try to not fucking burn off all the color. Okay, here's the tricky part. Let's see if we can get this sucker onto someone's neck without blowing it up. Four-man square. What the fuck? That's a fun square. Oh goddamn, that looks sexy as a motherfucker. Look at that. Look at all that color in there. You guys see it? Holy shit, look at that. Damn, it's almost like Jeremiah knows what the fuck he's doing, huh? Goddamn. So that's going to be appended, so now I'm going to make a bezel. And I'm gonna make the bezel blue, I think, instead of clear. Give a little extra flavor for somebody, you know what I mean? I have not made a dichroic pendant. I don't think I've done one all year. This might be number one this year. 10 months in. Maybe I have made a couple. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have any color, but I got that dichroic glass. I'm like, oh, let's use that today. Well, I got some blue tubing. Let's use that today too. Yeah, let's just use what we got, baby. We ain't gonna sit here and fuss about what we don't got. We're gonna use what we do got. So let's make the most of what we can fucking gather up from amongst our fucking supplies. Our limited supplies. You know what I mean? Ain't no glass blowing store in Alaska Dishes. They'd be like, oh, Jeremiah, you want some supplies? Just add an extra 100 on top of that. Since you live on the fucking moon. And yeah, when you say you live in Alaska, you might as well live on the fucking moon. God damn, that's fucking sick. Look at that. You see that shimmery green, blue, purple in there. Oh, God damn, that's sexy as fuck. Alright, now we're gonna put that in the kiln, then we're gonna pray, bitches, that it doesn't explode. Because then I'd be fucking sad. I'm almost out of coffee. Oh, take a moment, sip your coffee. Hug your people, whatever, you know. Take a deep breath and relax. And then keep walking. So now I'm going to gather up a little bit of glass out of the blue, and I'm going to make a bezel out of it. So this is the next step. Let's put a big, beautiful bezel on it. Not too big, not too small. Now, there's a lot of ways to make a bezel. You can just tack the glass and loop it, but I like to do this way too. This is looking fire, bruh. Bruh, it's looking sick. I'm really hoping it doesn't die. Fucking sick. Now remember, I made all this blue glass from a tube earlier. So that's my scraps. I reached out to my homie Frank yesterday, see if he'd front me some color. I don't know if he will. I'm like, yo, can I get a cheese steak, Frank? Never asked Frank for that before. Just fucking had a moment. I'm like, I was talking about Frank yesterday. I should hit this dude up. Blow me a G-stack, Frank. How you doing? He'd be like, fuck you, Jeremiah. Frank, you nothing. Come on, I pay you back, Frank. You know I get it for it, baby. What the fuck is this? There it is. I'm going to use a tungsten pick now to pop a hole in the glass. Yep. Oh, what's up? Telling my kids this was Walter White. Man, come on. Let them watch the whole fucking episode again. That dude's got a mountain of money to swim on. I'm still working on it. But yeah, that's obviously the goal, baby. We're trying to get that Walter White paper around here. I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing. Yeah, you're trying to get it on a Sunday. Y'all taking the day off. What the fuck? That's the funny joke to me. Just turn them all into slaves and make them stop working on the fucking 2 days a week and also make sure they follow all these trends here and do everything they say. Dance, bitches. Dance. What's up, man? This is What's Up, Cosmic. We just swimming over here. Sharing my gift with the world, baby, you know. If it's something you're good at, you gotta share with other people, you know what I mean? What's up, Nicholas, Arizona? What's up, Arizona? I'm dreaming of fucking heat myself. It's cold as fuck in Alaska. How you doing, Arizona? Thanks for stopping by. All right, look at that. That's the bezel. God damn, it's coming together now. I'm listening to A Perfect Circle today. Yesterday was Mac Miller, and I think it's been Mac Miller all fucking week, but I popped the song Gravity into my last post, and I was like, oh, I want to listen to A Perfect Circle today. So that's the vibes. And the song I'm listening to, he's singing about Let It Swim, let it all fucking drown. I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta breathe, bro. What the fuck? It's about time to start over, bitches. I'm praying for tidal waves. Fuck, aren't we all? Like, no, we're not. I wanna watch you all. Okay, this is the spot right here, baby. We're in the final fucking stretch. We're racing to the finish line on this bad boy. How many years to perfect? Oh, fuck, a lifetime. I don't think you ever perfect it, but you just keep practicing. And if you're lucky, you get really good at it. Okay, then. Playing the guitar, construction, washing your dishes. We're putting butter on popcorn. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Hold your breath. You see the hook I attached. Look at all the color in there. Oh, it's gorgeous. Would you wear that? Goddamn. That's sick as fuck. Yeah, look at all that color in there. See, that's my black hoodie. You can see all the fucking color. That thing's gonna light up like a rainbow. People be like, what is that? Where'd you get it? You can be like, yo, I got it from Jeremiah at cosmicglass.net. He's got like 200 pendants on there. Y'all sleeping, but I'm not. That came out pretty cool, huh? What do you guys think? That's pretty sick, bruh. What's up, Brazil? Stopping by, yo. Alright, again, we're gonna back this. Like I said, we're gonna make a big ass marble now. I think a big one. Like mega. I sold my last really cool 2-inch marble, so see if we can make something kind of similar. Like this. This one's not for sale, this one's mine, but something like that. That's what I'm after today. And I might even make a bead or two. I like to make beads. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you checking me out, man. So I demonstrated one technique to do the die curl earlier. Now we're going to do a second technique. This one, you just lay the glass back on itself and then case it. With a nice soft cushion flame like this. The die curl glass underneath the flame so I don't burn it all out. I'm going to just start building this up as thick as I can from both sides. Many techniques to work with that curl glass. You just gotta find the one you like and then go with that. No, I don't want to do that. Thanks. real careful to keep the main body of the dichroic off the glass, off the fire. Can you make a tiger eye marble? You mean like brown? Like the stones around my neck? I don't have that color. I got blue. It's definitely not helium. What do you think it is? Acetylene might be expensive, not very common. This torch runs off propane, so you could get the feel for it pretty much on any corner, anywhere in the world, for the most part. I'll take my torch with me. Set up anywhere on the globe. We'll get to work. Okay, so there we go. Let's just throw a little extra magic in there, and over there, a little this, a little that. Of course I could. Now I'm gonna melt it in and see if I can do this without melting out any of that dichro, and I coated it pretty damn good, so we ought to be able to get a lot of dichro on this point. Then I think I'm gonna turn it into a giant fucking dichro marble. I'm making a dichroic marble right now. Make sure there's no air bubbles. Okay, go big or go home. That's the object here. Here we go. Hopefully the camera doesn't overheat, but it might. So, just be aware. Macro glass, clear glass. Alright, watch. Here we go. Let's see how big of a marble we can make now. I'm going for like 2 inches, 3-inch marble maybe. We'll see how big it gets. I'm going for as large as I can. I want it to be really cool and sparkly. I'm after cool and sparkly. So we're just going to build up that radiant heat and then just start slowly feeding all the glass into the mass in the center of it. And you're going to watch this process unfold right before your eyes. It's mystical, it's magical, it's monumental, baby. Sit back and fucking watch. Check it out. You're like, whoa. I don't know how big this is gonna get. Golf ball, baseball, softball. We're gonna go big. Massive. Massive. This could be a hell of a sex toy too, I suppose. Man, how big is this gonna get? I don't know. This might be fucking humongous. I'm making a really large marble today. Not bad. Holy shit, this is looking epic as fuck. Somebody wants me to speed up the process. Okay. Let me take another sip of my coffee. Hold on. Nah, that thing will stretch, bro. Just give it a shot. Stretch. I know the pieces fit. That'll fit. Shove it in there. We want a reinforced handle on this motherfucker. It's gonna be heavy. Oh, excuse my language, kids. Gotcha. There's a little bit of air in there, so I don't know if it's going to make it or not. It might blow up, but it might make it. It's just a little bit of air in the center. What's good with it? What's up, man? Big carb cab. Yeah, good. I know the pieces fit. Alright, so there's the setup on a big ass marble. We got the dichro kind of pinned down to the bottom like this. Now we're going to start to kind of push the glass together. And hopefully we can get, without blowing it up. We're going to find out in just a second. I'm going to heat these both up in the kiln for a second. And we're going to get the table ready for what we're about to do because this is going to be crazy. We're going to use this today. That's the biggest mold I have. And then I'm going to use this one to help shape it as well. So I think I've got a 3-inch mold here before. What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by today. It's Sunday. We've been out here since 10 o'clock. What time is it? God damn, we've been going 2 hours straight now. Yeah, we're going to keep it up. We got to make this marble. That was my goal today. Make a real pretty pendant in a big dichroic marble. So if I can do that on this first show, anything else today is going to be a bonus. Somebody asked me about a Turk slipper set yesterday. There you go. That was one I made a long time ago. Look, color. They're like, Jeremiah, I think you got color in your studio. Well, yeah, it's stuff I already made. Turk slipper, whatever the fuck. I made those like 2 years ago. Stuck them in a bag, threw them in a drawer, and forgot about them. Yeah, you're correct. It's 3. 2 and 3. Not 3 and 4. You are correct. I have 1, 2. Alright, here we go. Now we're going to take these out. We're going to heat them together. We're going to put it all on the table. Oh, damn, that's a lot of glass, bruh. God damn. Here we go. Push it to the limit. It's either gonna make it or it's gonna blow that fuck up. Yeah, gonna go as big as we possibly can with this. Fuck it. Might. They're like, come on, make it a giant butt plug, Jeremiah. Y'all some fucking freaky folks out there. What is up, folks? Everybody's thinking about sex. That's my job. Maybe I am too. That's what I'm thinking about. Whew. Maybe. But yeah, this is how I make sex toys too, if you're wondering. Yeah, same thing. Giant mushroom. Using a Mirage torch to melt this glass. Now it would obviously be helpful if I had a bigger torch, but we're using the scraps we got. We ain't got the 8 racks to get that bigger torch just yet. One of these days. Toss them boys their HE stacks and we'll upgrade. But in the meantime, keep pushing. I have a feeling it's going to be about a 3-inch marble, maybe 3.5 when I'm done. I love it. Thanks, Steve. He's like, I'm not thinking about it, I'm doing it. I'm balls deep in the fucking movie right now. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Steve. Now I'm going to bring that main ball of glass down into the other mass of glass. Slowly. Seemed like a good Sunday project. I haven't done one of these in a long time. But I did make a pretty sick ass pendant. I don't know if you guys saw that, but damn, that came out hella nice. Super stoked on it. Oh, Sunday sucks and every day sucks for you. That's too bad. Maybe try to relax. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by, yo. All right, yeah, we're throwing some heat into this. Hopefully the computers don't burn up watching this process today, but we might get lucky. I'm listening to Tool. How appropriate. sweat off his face now. Fuck yeah, it's hot. Come on, baby. We don't want this one to blow up. We might have to leave this in the kiln for fucking days. Yeah, bitch. Oh yeah, confidence is key, bitch. You just gotta roll with it, right? Just roll with it, you like it? That's how I roll. What's up, Russia? Make this up Monday. And my neighbors, you know, they're right across the pond. Howdy, neighbor.